Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and it's 0.24, and I've got to, oops, dropping stuff off my desk just by spinning my mouse around. I have a whole new save here. I've done a couple things in this save. First of all, I've installed a single mod, and that mod is Mod Manager, and the reason I installed Mod Manager as my only mod so far is so I could cut my science gain down. Now, I haven't cut down my science gain for completing contracts. I don't know how to do that yet, but we'll get on that in a minute. First of all, though, I want to show you a couple things. I want to show you a couple submissions that people sent to me. In our new vehicle assembly building here, I have 2 ships available to look at. And note, one of them costs $1,500 and one of them costs $7,500. Let's look at the Recoverable Rescue from Ankro. This is I added this Ankro. You're supposed to put your name in the name of the ship, but it's the Recoverable Rescue Part 1. I go ahead and load this thing. I've noticed it says it contains locked parts, but the game lets us load it now, which is pretty cool. We're in like view mode, and the point of this ship is to launch up, save a Kerbal from orbit, and bring him back home. So I'm sure I'll find a use for this ship. The other ship I've got is the Moon Explorer 4, which is a funny joke based on what I said. I didn't want Moon Explorer number 4 as the name of your ship because I wanted specific things. So he did the specific things, Ankro. He put his name on it, and he also, the 4 actually means that it's tech node. Tech tree node number 4 is how high up I have to get to level 4 of the tech tree. And I haven't seen this ship before, but holy cow, what is going on here? Okay, we've got solids and regular boosters. Tell me there's a description. Plus plus AS plus plus 1. Okay. You don't. Oops, and I just took something off of it. Oh well, I'm not going to save it anyway. Yeah, it's got a lot of reaction wheels, a lot of engines, a lot of solid rocket boosters, a lot of flaming, fiery everything. It's got 2 material bays that I can dump off, it looks like, yes. So it looks like I might be able to land in 2 biomes or get the flying over and then to land it on, probably better. I like it. I'm definitely going to use it. I'm going to use both of these. So, what are we doing here? I'm exiting out because I don't want to actually play this thing. The other thing I want to show you is we've recruited some Kerbals. We've got me, of course, Nathan and Ankro, the original 3. We're kind of like the Jeb, Bob, and Bill, or Jeb, Bill, and Bob, whatever their names are, of this, except for we just don't get the orange shoots. And then we also have just a ton of people, and basically, if you see your name on this list, you're going to be flying stuff. If you don't see your name on this list, I've got a slot for you. So go ahead and submit your name, and I will. I'll put you on the roster. But first, before we do anything, I'm going to do my first mission. And what's my first mission? Well, it's to do all 4 of these in one contract because, in my opinion, you go big or you go home. This contract wants me to get to 5,000 meters. The first one wanted me to launch a ship, which I think I can handle. Escape the atmosphere? Sure, we can do that. Orbit Kerman? Yeah, why not? Okay, we started with $10,000. Now we've got $36,000 because we got advances on each of those missions there. So we're going to go in the VAB again. And, oh, we're gonna start with a new ship here. This is Contract 1. And we're gonna do here is we are going to ideally complete all 4 contracts in a single mission. And we're gonna do that with 1, 2, 4, 8. Whoop. That should be 14 fuel tanks, a single booster, and my patented no shoot is a good shoot system. Let's get these exactly where... There we go. And so what this will do is when it comes down and this crashes into the ground and it chews through most of my fuel tanks, then he falls over on the side violently. It's going to hit these struts and not his capsule here, and he'll be fine. But that's it. That's it for the ship. It's a pretty simple ship. It costs me less money than I started with, so I could have actually built this ship before I even accepted those contracts. So we're going to have about 29,000 after we build this ship. So let's go ahead and save contract number 1, and let's head to the launch pad. And I just remembered one more thing I wanted to do. I want to hit Alt to F12. When I hit F12, it stops the game, so I had to restart here. I turned off these two things right here because we are not going to allow reverting anymore. That's just the way the game's going to be. I'm still going to allow quick loading and quick saving because of bugs, but I'm going to try to keep that down to a minimum. That's always my goal. So we're starting off at 50% throttle, which is garbage as far as I'm concerned. There's absolutely no need for that. HM Kerman is sitting in his seat. He's ready to go. And in 3, 2, 1, launch. And this guy is slow off the pad. We should probably turn the computer on before anything bad happens. We've already got a contract resolved, which is our launch into space. So let's go ahead and say, yeah, that's fine. We've got other contracts up here. We've got that one. Here's our resources. We've got our money. We're already up to 33,618 because of the fact that we did that thing. we did the launch. And you'll notice I'm not doing science. I'm actually going to take a crew report here. I'm not avoiding doing science, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do science. You guys are in charge of getting me science. I'm in charge of getting us money. That's the way it works. That's why I call this teamwork. We're a team. You get me science, which gives me new parts. I use those parts to complete contracts, to make us money, so I can fly the crazy crap that you guys build for me. And I'm going to kind of take the gloves off as far as ships are concerned. I was a little concerned. I wanted to make sure that you guys were keeping under budget and reasonable craft and concentrate on science. And nah, I don't care anymore. I don't expect we're ever going to have trouble with completing contracts and gaining money in this game. I really don't think that I need to worry about that. So the sky's the limit. Actually, literally, the sky is not the limit. Whatever you want to send my way, I will fly. As long as it actually flies. Now, like I said, I don't have quick save and quick loads, or I do have quick save and quick loads, but I don't have any revert. So once I've committed to launching a flight, I have to keep going. But what I don't have to do, another thing I have to do is start my gravity turn here. And I'm going to switch to map mode because I don't have Kerbal Engineer installed yet. That's something I need to talk to you about for a second. Yeah, I'm committing to the flight once I start it. So if you build me a ship that just flies like garbage and there's no way for my Kerbals to save themselves once everything has gone south, I'm not going to be happy, and I might not fly your ships in the future. So if there is if you give me something dangerous, I'll still fly it, but I would like at least a chance to make it into wherever I'm going. And I'm turning over way too far, so I'm going to bring this back up a little bit. I don't want to be down there until my apoapsis is actually at 30. But yeah, we're cruising along. We're chewing through our fuel. I did do a test launch of this guy, even though he's basically the exact same craft I flew in the Kerpalo missions. But I like to make sure these things still work. It is a brand new version. Who knows what they've changed, if anything. We're at 40, so I'm going to bring this thing down a little bit farther. And then the last thing, I only have one mod installed, as I said, and that's Module Manager. And the only reason that I installed it is because I need it. Otherwise, I can't limit science, which I definitely want to do in this game. From now on, every episode, I'm going to have a new mod installed, and I'm going to talk about that mod as we go, so that you can maybe see the mods in action a little bit easier. It's not like, hey, I go 20 episodes without loading any mods, and now let's see, now I can't see my apoapsis. Okay, 82, that's probably too high, but who cares? We got plenty of fuel. We've got, what, a whole tank. Look at that, we got a tank and change here. So basically, yeah, Modman, that's, everybody has this Module Manager mod. well, not everybody. Everybody who uses mods pretty much has Module Manager installed. They might not even know it. And it's the way I mod the game. I can't. I'm not smart enough to make a real mod, so I use Module Manager. So here we are coming into space. We're almost to space. And I just remembered, oh, too late now, though. Oh, well. I was going to do an EVA report from the atmosphere, but not a big deal. Like I said, I'm not in charge of science. Okay. Now I'm just going to burn out to get... Doesn't really matter the amount. What matters most is the fact that I have to burn in a minute. Which gives me time to hop out, take my EVA report here, take my crew report out of the capsule, and then do a new crew report. I keep going up here for my science thing. So let's go ahead and crew report. It's nice to be back on simple missions. After that Jewel Apollo mission where I went to all the moons of Jewel and had to refuel twice and all that crazy stuff. It's nice to just have a mission where my goal is to get into orbit. What's my periapsis doing? I gotta get all the way into orbit here. There we go. We have achieved all of our contracts. It says 3, but that's because I okayed 1. So we get this money. Let's go ahead and delete, delete, delete. And now if you look here at all my monies, I have 124,000. I started with 10,000. Now I have 124. That's assuming I don't recover any of the ship, which actually I'm probably not going to recover much of the ship when it all comes down to it. But hey, that's the way it works. Okay. Well, that's it. All that's left now is to land, and I could try to land right at Kerbal Space Center, but honestly, I'm not that good at the game. I'm going to put a maneuver right here to slow myself down a little bit. And let's go ahead and... Yeah, here's where quick saving I'm going to allow. I'm just going to do this for my maneuver node, 50 meters per second. I could probably land this thing in the water, but I would be afraid to. So, there we go. Let's go ahead and come around here. But it's fun because I'm not using the mods I'm used to. I'm not using Kerbal Engineer. I'm not using Kerbal Alarm Clock. I'm not using Precise Node. Now, granted, for simple things like this, you don't really need those mods. But I still like them, and I still like miss having it automatically slow down for this thing. Okay, I am going to hit F5 here. Here's where I quick save. They put that down here now for some reason. Because it gets in the way up here, probably with all this stuff. It got in the way before, but they didn't care, apparently. And I'm just going to do the burn now. Doesn't really matter that much when I do this burn. Okay. It is a little important that I get it about right, though, because if I screw this up, I want to be able to load my quick save. So, let's go ahead and get ourselves into the atmosphere here. And once we're in the atmosphere, we're going to hop back out and do an EVA report from the atmosphere. We should get back inside. I think that's smart. And crew report, I don't know if... oh, overwrite these. This is your crew report. Get back out there. Because, you know, in order to take a crew report out of a capsule, you have to get out of it first. Which I'll never understand. Crew report. I think this one I already have. This is just from the upper atmosphere. Let's go ahead and keep it, because I don't know if I have it. There's one way to find out. Take all the data and hop back in. Yep, I didn't have it, so that's good. Okay. So now we're coming down. And I have enough fuel in my tank. I mean, I've got, I don't know how many hundreds of meters per second, but it's probably like 500 or 600 meters per second of fuel in my tank, to be honest. So I'm really not that concerned about, whoa, that was crazy. It's like an accordion opening up here. We are not coming down nearly as fast as I really wanted to, but not a big deal. Watch, we're going to end up coming into this water here. But our periapsis is really dropping. Yeah, I think I'm going to make a slight executive decision here. Okay, that should be enough. I need to keep some fuel. Keeping some fuel is very important. But I actually have a lot of fuel. I'm going to burn down to 40. Okay, that should definitely keep me from landing in the water. So let's aim ourselves back upright here. Because this ship does rely on hitting the ground at least a slightly slow velocity. As long as I hit it at under, let's say, 50 meters per second, give or take, should be fine. We are not slowing down at all. Okay, we're starting to get into the thick stuff here, so we should start to see some fire soon. And we should start to, oh, you know what? We should start to go into warp mode because nobody wants to watch this slow-mo crap. But, yeah, not seeing it over there. There's our flame. Okay, yeah, we're definitely not going in the water, which is nice, unless we go in that water right there, which would be hilarious. But no, this is it. We are terminal. Terminal is what our velocity is. It might be over there, the desert temple. I don't know. Probably not going to see it. Okay, let's concentrate on what we can see, though, which is our shadow coming up at some point. HM does not look as confident as I personally feel about this mission. You would think that somebody with my name would understand my plans, but he's thinking, wait, shouldn't we have at least tried one of those parachutes just to see how they work before committing to this not using a parachute plan? But the reason I'm doing this is with this ship, I have found that parachutes actually make it worse. What they end up doing is they end up stopping your ship from coming down too far. Then you land and all you break is the engine, and then the entire stack here falls over, and then your pod blows up because the parachute. Okay, here's my shadow. The parachute it goes away the second. And we're safe. See, HM, you had nothing to worry about. Okay, let's go ahead and take a crew report from here. Hop on out. Take all the data out of the pod. Why not? Take your EVA report. Store all your experiments. Oops, you wanted to actually get out. We'll do the standard. Oof. And he's not going to plant a flag. We're gonna have so many missions in this episode, in this game, that we're not going to be planting flags everywhere. We are going to take this EVA report. We're going to keep these. And with the help of his jetpack, we should be able to get back in the ship. Oh, yeah, look at that, ninja style. Okay, and let's go ahead and recover the first ever flight. Look at all that rep I got. I'm solid in the green. Like, you can kind of see a little bit of yellow over here. Science, we got a whole 31.3, but we don't really care about that. The whole point of this isn't to get science. Note, though, that I am getting less science than you would get for certain things because I have cut the science. My parts, I have recovered my command module. Normally, we're losing about 70%. We're losing about 30% of the value because we landed in the desert and not closer to Kerbal Space Center. No big deal. The fuel tanks apparently are worth... Oh, we got 7 of those. Okay, so that's what they're worth each. So we got 16,000 for those. And we got those 3 girders back, which is awesome. We got some monoprop back, and we got some liquid fuel and some oxidizer back. And it looks like they're also cut by the percent that you've left. So that's kind of strange, but we'll go with it. The important thing, though, is we got 2,000 funds back from the parts, and we have 126,000 funds to work with. And HM Kerman is back on the roster and available for a new mission. So sweet. Let's go to the Science Archive, Science Center now, and see what we can unlock. Now, as I said, I'm going to go left to right. So we're going to unlock this, and then top to bottom. So we're going to unlock this. We're going to unlock this. If I can click on it. There we go. We're going to unlock this if it lets me. Yeah, we got 38 science left. And now we've got 23.3 and we need 45, so I can't unlock this. This is what I'm looking for. I'm probably not going to record for the rest of the weekend. So if somebody wants to send me something with Tier 2, which is what this is, Tier 2 parts only, I will launch it if it will do any sort of science anything. Actually, if it'll do anything at all, I'll launch it. It has to cost less than $126,000, and try to keep it a little bit under that because, you know, well, like I said, I'll fly anything, but, you know, I'd like to have money to fly everything, as the case may be. But yeah, if you want me to get more science, if you can get me to Minmus with this stuff, I will go. If you can get me to Moon, that'll be a little bit harder because I don't think I have landing gear. But if you should be able to get me to Minmus with this thing, sure. Oh, and there is landing gear, so yeah. Send me to the Moon, send me to Minmus, send me to Gilly, I don't care, I'll go anywhere. So, also though, assuming you don't send me anything, I am going to do all of these, and I'm actually going to accept these all. I am in this game, I am going to try to do every single mission that comes my way. So we need to do science from space around Kerman. That shouldn't be too hard considering we've already done it. We need to test a parachute. Sure, we can do that. Test a solid fuel booster. Sure, we can do that too. Test a stack decoupler. Oh yeah. Rescue Mitgis Kerman from Kerman. Sure, we can do that. And explore the moon. See, look, you could build me a ship to explore the moon, and then you could actually be doing this mission and getting me science at the same time. How awesome would that be? So, that's what's on the roster for next time. Either I'm going to be trying to do as many of those contracts in one mission as possible with my weak little Tech 2 parts, or I'm going to be doing your science mission, so stare at this screen. This is what you want to build a ship for me out of, and get on it. Hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you enjoyed watching me play 0.24, and I hope you were enjoying playing 2.24 yourself. It looks pretty fun. I am Fifth Horseman, and I will, as always, talk at you later.